Alright, I'm going to start working on this little FH. Little racer hasn't been around in a while. He's been working a lot of overtime, so I think maybe we'll just start putting this thing together and get it out of our ass. There's probably a lot of noise here because it's 98 degrees out, and I got the air conditioner on. Got the AC on over there, but I want to show you guys this. I just picked this up. It's a 1950s, don't know exactly what year, Vornado fan, and still got the piece of tape on it. Paid $12 for it. And let me turn this thing off and show you it's got 2 speeds. Let me show you the pitch on these blades. That's why I picked it up. I couldn't believe it. It almost looks like a propeller, a boat propeller. I'll go stick my fingers in there. Ah! Yeah, I don't know if you can see the pitch on these things, but man, talk about crazy. And this thing can throw some air. I was reading about it, and it says these things are supposed to be able to throw air up to 70 feet, which is crazy. So let me turn that back on. I know a lot of fan guys out there like to see this kind of stuff. Alright. I don't know if I put it on high or low. I think I put it on low. There you go. Put it on high. Alright. It's not all that noisy, but it does have a little bit of noise to it. Alright. Let's get back to business here. Alright. On this thing here, I made a little miscalculation when I put this tube on. I forgot. Let me give you a little light. There's a screw under here that has to be tightened, so you got to make sure the head's tight. And on the original ones, the tube is a little pliable, so you can actually finagle it a little bit to go in here. So since I'm gonna have to put that head on, bolt the head on, and then put the tube in, I might have to disconnect the base here and maybe the carburetor, just so it has a little bit of play in it, and then just lift it up a little bit and stick that in there. But it's just an oversight on my part, so let me see what I can do with that. Alright, I'm gonna wipe this out just in case it attracted some dirt or dust from inside the shop. See a little bit of dirt and dust on there. You know, not that it really matters. I mean, it's only a show engine, but what the heck. Alright. And then I'm just going to squirt some fresh lube in here. There we go. Alright. Spin the flywheel a little bit. Might be able to see the top of the piston there if you look close enough. And that'll be good for that. Alright, that's where we're at here. Alright, I've got the old head bolts here. I don't know how well you can see them, or if this is focusing or not, but they're a little buggered up. Luckily, the guy I bought this off of bought some brand new ones. And there is a difference. You got 4 bolts, 4 head bolts. I don't know if you can see this. And 2 of them are pretty high crowned. Let's see if I can focus this in for you. And then 2 of them actually have flat, short heads. And there's a reason for that. You got to make sure you put them in the right spot. On the head, I'm just going to set this up here for now. The exhaust goes back here, and one of the flat heads, can you see me here? I know it's dark. But one of the flat heads goes in there, and then the exhaust goes on top of that. And without that extra flat head that sort of countersinks into the head there, your muffler wouldn't go on. And the same thing over here. This is where your intake goes, and there's actually there's a flat head here. There's actually a sort of a countersunk hole there, so they have to go on before that muffler or that piece of metal. Okay, another thing I noticed is whenever I've taken these apart, I've never seen any lock washers on there, because it would take a special one. It would have to be real thin. But I'm going to take a regular 5/16 lock washer and put it on these two outside ones that are going to be exposed. I won't be able to do anything about the ones on the inside, but meanwhile I can look into that, see if I can find some real thin lock washers for that. 5/16 thin lock washers. Alright. Alright. I'll take this copper head gasket here. Put that in. It sits right on there. And this sits right on top of it. Make sure you're on there. Okay. And spin this around the way it goes. Exhaust back here. Let's put a bolt in there. Okay. Put that one in. Put that one in. Alright. Let me tighten down on them and torque them up, and we'll go from there. Alright, before I go any further, I almost forgot it. You have a little bracket here, and this bracket goes on this side here, and it holds your shroud on. So I'm going to put that on and not torque it down a whole lot in case I have to move it, when I put the shroud on. Right, good thing we caught that. Alright, before I put them bolts in, I figured I'd check to see if I had any of them washers in. Here's your standard size. See how thick that wall is? And I did. I just happened to have some thin walls, or thin, whatever you want to call it, but I had two of them, and I put it on there, and still, let me turn this light on here. This is where it goes, right here. It's like a little ledge. Put that in there, and it's still even a thin wall. So it's either got to be extremely thin, or they just didn't have one. So I don't know. I'll just put it in without a washer and hope for the best. It's not like it's going to blow a head gasket. I mean, it does overlap, and it is brass, so, or copper. Alright, let me get back to bolting this thing up. Looks like the AC and the little fan are doing good. We got the place down to like 72. So we're doing okay there. Alright, back to work. A lot better than 98 like it is outside, eh? Alright, we got them all torqued down and screwed down. Here's a little tip for you younger guys. When you got to screw in something like that, and you got to get some extra torque on it, and you can't really twist it that well, find yourself a screwdriver with a square shaft on it there, something you can put a wrench on, and then you can stick it right in there, and put the wrench on there, torque it up just that extra more. There you go. Good tip. Good tip. Alright, got the spark plug here. I think this is one that's sort of rated for this engine. I got the manual. It doesn't say what the gap is, so I just put it at 30, and we'll hope for the best. Threw a little anti-seize on there. Some people don't like that stuff. Some people do. It don't matter to me. So let's put this in here. Whoop, left-handed. Little Road King. You're a mess. Alright, let me put this. There we go. I think I got it. There we go. I was about to give up. Alright, we got that. You cracked me up, Road King. Alright, we got that in, so let me crank down on that. Alright, our pipe is on there nice and tight now. I'm happy with that. And I got everything else bolted back down. And we got our spark plug on, got the wire on. Now I'm going to we're going to adjust the valves. See the gap there? The gap's a little too big. But I just happen to have the book here, and you guys will like this. I'll try and zoom it in. Let me try and find it myself. Oh, here we go, down here. Alright, I'm not going to be looking at this. I'll come back so you can read it. Alright, here's how you adjust the valves. When the exhaust valve is seated or in the up position, there should be a space between the exhaust valve stem and the rocker arm, about double the thickness of a piece of newspaper. All right, so we got the newspaper, but it makes me wonder, you know, how thick was the newspaper 88 years ago? I don't think it really matters, as long as you allow that valve to close, you know, and you don't have a whole bunch of slap and clap and stuff like that. So, all right, I'm gonna get me a double thickness piece of newspaper here, and let's see what we got. First of all, let me show you what we got here. Here's the push rod. We'll get this out of the way. And then this is how you adjust it. It's got a bolt on the side here. Looks like a 5/16. You just loosen that. And then this here, this just goes up and down. You know, so let me throw you guys on a tripod and we'll see if I can show you how to adjust these. Alright. I'm going to take this rocker arm out here. Oh yeah, you're over here. Let me back this up a little bit. Alright. Take it out. I think this wire here, I think they used to have like a little clip on there to keep it away from there. Right now it's hit my lifter. I guess I call that a lifter. Alright, for now I'm just going to take this out of the way and put a little wheel on the end here. Oop, got some on my flywheel there, and put a little in the hole. You don't have to put it on the whole thing. Matter of fact, while I got it out, I'm going to put some on the other end here too. I wasn't looking, I didn't know if you guys were in the film or not. Now, I'm going to take this out. Put a little drop of oil in here too. Okay. Put that back on. Okay. This actually has a hole in the top here too. A little drop there. That lubricates this thing when it jumps up and down. Okay. Come on. Bring you guys back where you were. Okay. I'll move this over the other side here. That way maybe you can see a little better. I don't know if I mentioned, here's another push rod. Here's the original one, but here's another push rod. And I don't know if you can see it, but one end is sort of rounded and the other end is flat. And I have the flat end going down because the lifter mechanism is flat, and up here is rounded in there, so it seems like that's the way it goes, but I've seen other people do it different ways. Alright, what you want to do first is put your finger on this thing and just make sure it's down as far as it goes. You see it going up? Well, right now that's as far down as it goes. Then you want to loosen this nut I showed you before, 5/16 square nut here. Loosen that, and this will all drop. Alright, now the book said 2 sheets of paper, 2 sheets of newspaper, and I said back then the newspapers were a lot thicker, I bet. So I'm doubling this over, making it 4 sheets of newspaper. Alright. Now you just tighten it up. See, the purpose of that is you want that valve to seat, okay, and you don't want a whole lot of clatter. So let's see. All right, pushing the valve down. Doesn't really push the valve down that much, just enough. Okay, see, now that tells me that wasn't down all the way. All right, let me fix that. That's a blooper. That should go on a blooper reel, but it's not. Alright. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but I must not have had it down. I thought I had it down, I didn't. I took the plug out, so it makes it easier for me to spin here. Alright, this was all the way down. And there's your 4 paper thicknesses. And I seen a little problem here. I mean, this joint here probably should be bushed or something, but I think it'll be okay. But anyway, spin the wheel and there you go. Your valve's open, closed, open again, closed, and that's how it works. Alright. Alright, I just took a little break, had something to eat, and I was on the internet. I figured I'd check to see if there's any other information on that, what that valve seat should be, and I did. I found an old Briggs manual, and it had what it was supposed to be. So I got a micrometer out here, and like I said, that little yellow book I had said two pieces of newspaper. So I got the micrometer out. I'll try and keep you in frame here. 2 pieces of newspaper, that's folded over, is 0.005. Oh yeah, can you see that? Alright, so Road King said that the newspaper was probably thicker back then, so he folded it in quarters, and we measured it, and it came to point, where you at? 0.0107. So I'm going to call that 0.011, because that's, turn that a little bit and you're right there. 0.011. Actually that's tight. So I pull that back a little bit. Still a little tight. And this would be 0.12. Can you see that? 0.12. So I found an old manual, and the old manual said the setting should be minimum 0.011, 11 thousandths, and maximum 0.12, 12 thousandths. So folded piece of newspaper in quarters is dead nuts on. Who would have thought? That was just luck. That was crazy luck. Alright, I think right now what I'm going to do, let me move you around on the camera, show you what's going on here. Okay. You're still on a tripod, so it's going to be kind of awkward. Hold on. Alright. I think I'm going to make a little piece of brass, try and find a little piece of brass to hold this out so it's not hitting my push rod there. And then maybe try and finish these clamps up here. I'm going to do that off camera because that's probably kind of boring, so. And this video is probably getting kind of long anyway, so. Alright, we're going to leave it at that. We'll see you guys later.